Explainer. I am so pumped to have you here because today we are getting completely hands-on with a developer's guide to building with Claude AI. Let's just dive right in, because my goal from the very start is to completely shift your mindset. If you're currently using AI for, just basic one-line autocomplete, you are barely scratching the surface. By the end of this explainer, I want you treating Claude not as some glorified typing assistant, but as a full-stack technical co-founder. We're going to dig into the exact workflows, the tools you have available, and how to get production-quality results incredibly fast.
10. That is the magic multiplier developers are hitting when they use Claude effectively. We're talking 10x faster prototyping. Now, you might be wondering, how is that actually possible? Well, it all comes down to a massive, practically infinite context window. You see, Claude doesn't just peek at the single function you're currently typing. It can literally hold your entire codebase in its mind all at once. It understands how your database schema impacts your front-end components, which allows you to move 10 times faster from an idea to actual execution.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Beyond the AI Chatbot, because modern development is about so much more than just simple autocomplete.
This right here is the absolute heartbeat of building with Claude, mastering this 4-step workflow loop. Step 1, give it your codebase context. Remember that infinite context window we just talked about? You got to use it. Step 2, clearly describe what you want. Step 3, iterate alongside Claude. And step 4, ship faster. Because Claude understands cross-file architecture and can reason about complex dependencies, it's essentially acting like a senior engineer that's available to you 24/7, just waiting for you to feed it context so you can build together.
So, which version of Claude should you actually use? We have 3 distinct options. First, Haiku 4.5. This is our lightning-fast, highly affordable option, great for rapid snippets and autocomplete. Then we have Opus 4, your heavy hitter. It is best in class for deep system design and complex architecture reasoning. But right in the middle, we have Sonnet. Sonnet is the absolute sweet spot. It offers top-tier coding performance at a really practical cost. For the vast majority of your daily dev work, full app builds, and refactoring, Sonnet is for sure the model you want to be using.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Developer Toolkit, where we'll look at 6 different integration surfaces.
Claude integrates at literally every single level of your development stack. We've got 6 distinct surfaces to play with. First up, Artifacts. This is a web UI where you can instantly run and preview React apps or code sandboxes right in the chat. No local setup required. Then there's the Claude Code CLI, which is an agentic terminal tool that edits and runs code autonomously right in your repo. Third is the API, for when you want to build your own Claude-powered apps. Fourth is the absolutely incredible Computer Use API, which actually allows Claude to automate full browser and desktop workflows. Fifth, we have Tool Use and Agents, where Claude can decide on its own when to query databases or search the web. And finally, Files and Vision. This means you can upload architecture diagrams or UI screenshots and Claude will write code against those visual artifacts. It is a massive, massive toolkit.
But I know you're developers and you want hard proof. I get it. So let's get into Section 3, Real-World Coding Battles, covering both the front end and the back end.
Battle number 1 is on the front end. Take a look at this prompt. Build a React dashboard with charts, auth, and dark mode. From just this single sentence, Claude isn't giving you some generic, boring HTML snippet. It outputs framework-aware TypeScript. It integrates Chart.js straight out of the box. It implements Tailwind dark mode classes with proper color tokens, sets up a complete JWT authentication flow, and, get this, even writes React testing library unit tests for you, totally saving you from the most tedious part of the job. It completely understands modern tooling and design patterns, moving you from just making something work to making it genuinely production grade.
Okay, let's flip to Battle 2, the backend. Here, we ask Claude to build a fast API backend with JWT auth, CRUD, rate limiting, and Postgres ORM. Again, you're not getting a basic single-file script. Claude builds out a full file tree. It handles security with bcrypt hashing. It sets up Redis-backed rate limiting. It creates Squelchemy models and even writes the complete open API documentation. This just goes to show that Claude is actually considering real-world scalability and error handling.
And then there's our third battle, refactoring. Look at the before scenario, an absolute developer's nightmare. We're talking about a deeply nested, fragile, chaotic 2,000-line legacy Node.js app completely stuck in callback hell. Now look at the after. Claude has modernized this entire mess into clean, highly readable async await logic. It added proper TypeScript interfaces, and it put in structured try-catch error handling. And the crazy part, it didn't just do this line by line. It understood the cross-file dependencies and modernized the entire pattern coherently across the whole app.
To actually get those kinds of battle-winning results, you need a solid rulebook.
Welcome to Section 4, Prompts and Anti-Patterns, and exactly how to guide Claude.
The way you prompt is a total game changer. It determines whether you get prototype quality or production quality code. Take a look at the vague prompt, make a login page. You do that and you're going to get generic, uninspired HTML. Now look at the precise prompt, build a Next.js 14 login page with Tailwind and App Router. Boom, you get production code. The key takeaway here is to provide your full stack context right up front. You should also set negative constraints, literally tell Claude what not to do, like avoid class components. Ask it to explain its reasoning so you can do a better code review, and always treat that first pass as working code that you're going to rapidly iterate on.
But hey, it is equally important to know what to avoid. These are the 6 anti-patterns that will absolutely derail your project. Number 1, blind copy-paste. Never ship AI code without reviewing it first. 2, the mega prompt. Don't ask it to build your entire startup in one giant message. You got to break it down. 3, providing no context. 4, ignoring tests. Untested AI code is a huge liability. 5, and seriously, I cannot stress this one enough, putting API keys in prompts. Never ever paste your real secrets or credentials into Claude for debugging. Please, use environment variables. And finally, 6, no iteration. Don't just accept the very first response. Push back, ask questions, and refine.
All right, let's put all this workflow logic into practice. In Section 5, building a real app using a clear, step-by-step workflow.
Imagine building a complete, full-stack task management app from scratch in just one single session. Here's the exact sequence to do it. Step 1, you ask for the architecture, designing the folder structure. Step 2, you generate the database, asking for a Prisma schema. Step 3, you build out the REST API routes. Step 4, you request the front-end UI components. Step 5, testing. You specifically ask Claude to write end-to-end tests for those user flows. And finally, Step 6, deploy, generating the Docker file and the Vercel configuration. 6 focused, iterative prompts, 1 fully deployed application. It's like a giant puzzle coming together perfectly.
As you start mastering that sequence, you're naturally going to scale your usage and evolve through 3 distinct personas. You might start out as the builder, just using Claude artifacts to make instant UI previews and rapid prototypes. Then you graduate to the engineer, jumping into the terminal with the Claude CLI for multi-file edits and automated refactoring right inside your repo. And finally, you become the architect, utilizing the Anthropic API directly to build custom AI-powered products. Each layer just compounds your abilities.
And that natural evolution brings us to our final part, Section 6. The AI co-founder, and how to collaborate effectively. I really want to emphasize this critical insight. The best developers using Claude don't treat it as an autocomplete tool. They treat it as a technical co-founder. They give it deep context, they set a clear direction, they rigorously review its outputs, and they build robust systems together. If you bring Claude into your workflow as a genuine collaborator, the quality and the raw speed of what you can ship will absolutely transform.
So, I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on as you look at your own workflow. Are you treating your AI like an autocomplete tool or a technical co-founder? The tools we discussed today are ready and waiting for you. Head over to Claude AI and the Anthropic docs to dive in and start building. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see what you build.